was not enough metal left after I got rid of the paint. So we're just going to have a go at fabbing up one of those. See how we get on. Got to make these holes. Two things. One, drill the holes while it's still a big sheet before you cut it out. Otherwise you'll be struggling to hold the little piece. Second thing, here where there's a half hole, if you drill a complete hole before you cut it out, then you can easily make the whole hole and then just cut through it. So I'm going to get on and just drill these holes, a bit of oil on the drill bit, and then just go through hopefully. Time to get them painted. A couple of little bits reconditioned. So we got the horn and its bracket, and then in a matte finish we got the plate that goes on the firewall that has the wiring loom through it. A couple more bits pretty much ready to go on the car. I've added two tiny little bits. I've added this little intake. That one's just temporarily in line because it probably want to be removed. I've added the reconditioned ducting bracket there, just on its single nut, and I've bolted in, there's 4 holes in here, just need to tighten up. See, obviously it's not tight there. Bolted that in. That was taped over, but I don't know whether that is to let water out, so I'm not sure. Teardrops in place, 1, 2, and also I've snagged a battery cable in here, although you'll have to just tuck out of the way because it goes over the subframe and over the rear subframe as well. But yeah, it's just easy to knock it in there. Hopefully I've got it in the right place. Looks about the right length for the solenoid there. Right, we're in part cleanup. So here's the pedal box, a bit rusty around here. I think it will clean up alright. Get some black paint on there. Just got the old bonnet catch being sprayed up as well, and I sprayed up the tank bracket. There we go, all in black now. Hundreds of bits to respray and just get rid of the surface rust really. You see that on the floor there? That was one that was in the footwell. It's falling out under gravity. So, just a little thing to do before I put the headline in and everything in later. I don't want any of the panels on the roof falling down. So we just grabbed a bit of Gorilla Tape, and there you go, all the corners stuck down. So hopefully that will never fall down. Obviously don't need to do, well there's the one that's missing, we don't need to do the ones that are on the bottom because they'll be under the carpet. Yeah, there's a slight issue with this toe board bulkhead panel. It's actually missing that from this side, which I didn't notice till now. So what I've done is I've made my own P-clip out of a piece of steel, and then I've just tucked on the inside of it a bit of the sound deadening. So I'm going to use that. Here we'll just press that pipe into it like that. And then I'm just going to put a little screw to hold it on in lieu of that, which is a bit annoying, but you know, I don't really want to scrape away all the stone chip and then do welding. We've been playing with the headlining in here. I need to stretch it out. This is the original headlining. It's already got all of the creases, obviously where it was on there before. I know I could buy a new headlining, but it's a few £100, and this one's not too bad. I might change it in the future. So what else? I put in the air vents up here, those two. Don't know if you saw, I'd added that loosely. I put the latch panels on both sides, and I just used a bit of that sound deadening behind here because there was some like putty in there, so sound deadening is pretty similar, so I'm just using that. Anyway, let's see if we can put this P clip on. There we go. Keeps that in place nicely. One problem solved. Pretty much the next thing, get the subframe on here. Take these out. Then we'll get the subframe bolted up, and then we'll see how that fits, and then get radius arms on it, suspension, get the wheels on, put the car the right way up and put it down onto the ground on the wheels, or at least on the rear wheels. Hey, so I know I haven't filmed all of this, but I'll show you what I've got. Pretty much just a strip back paint, and also recondition of the radius arms, including having them reamed. So we've got new inserts in here. Missing the dust covers at the minute, just need to put those in at either end. So it's new through there. Reworked the brakes inside, like new rubbers on the back here, and basically just gave it a paint. Same on this one. Obviously we've got our suspension as well. So the plan is just to pop that all back together, and then I'm going to put it on the car while the car's upside down, and then we're going to get the car off of the jig. So yeah, to be honest, probably won't get it on film, but I just wanted to show you. The only complicated thing here really is the reaming out of the radius arms, which I did with my dad, so we just borrowed the tool from a garage and just ream them out. The couple of things to note: there's a plastic sleeve inside here, don't forget about that, it is meant to be in there. So the dust covers go on there. What else we got? We've got new cups for the suspension to fit into. Make sure the quadrants are moving alright, they go through as a pin, with a split pin underneath there. Make sure your flexibles, these flexibles were renewed really recently, so all the brake pipes and stuff are in pretty good condition. It's free turning at the moment, obviously. We will adjust up the handbrake once I get it on the car. Getting that rubber over the edge of the cup is an absolute nightmare. I've had to pull this out, because when it's fully in there, access is too tight. Sometimes you could probably do that all before you put it together, but because I couldn't get the trumpet apart, I've had to do it in situ. Anyway, finally it's in, so now we can bolt it all back together again. Right, getting the subframe bolts on. Quick tip, because these are rubber mounted, you can use a screwdriver to manipulate the trunnion a little bit. You see it moving? Get that wedged in there, so then we can get the bolt holes lined up. So this is going to be the front ones, then we've got the brake line and the fuel line tucking up underneath, and then we put some of the dodo matting in anywhere where the subframe might bang. You see under here, stops the subframe banging on the car. That used to be a bit of like fibre matting, but that traps the water, so I think hopefully this will work a lot better. Anyway, let's get this last bolt in, then we've got to get these lined up. They don't look too bad, so fingers crossed. We shall soon have a rear subframe on the car. There we go then, down on wheels, or at least at the back. Front is on a couple of pallets here. It's obviously up in the air still. Handbrake is in loosely. I just need to tighten these bolts up. That's just to stop the rear wheels from turning. So, good job, well done. Quite a lot of effort aligning the subframe bolts, and then getting it off the jig obviously is a bit of a faff. Using the old ratchet straps up there while you take one end off, and getting a jack under the back with the old concrete blocks and wooden blocks. But yeah, we're now down just onto single pallets here, just to give us a bit of height at the back. Various things will need tightening up and greasing and all the rest of it, but it's a good step forward.